Hi, this is Chris Lyon, and today we're going to discuss updated business practices here at our department store. To begin, what is digital growth? Digital growth is the increased use of digital equipment for personal or business use. An example of digital growth would be online classes. Students of the past were strictly limited to the classroom setting. With advancement in technology, students can now take classes in an online setting. Digital growth and its impact on organizations. Digital growth has changed the way a business is able to conduct business and has advanced the quality and speed of service. Let's take a look at a few examples. Cash registers would require you to manually type in the prices for each item. This has also created a more timely way to track your inventory. This eventually transferred into the current state where you have the barcode and scanner system, which is more efficient for purchasing and also tracking inventory. For phone services, things have made a dramatic change as well. Phones used to only allow people to have conversations. With phones, you are now able to see the items you would want, compare pricing, order, and even check out. Mobile has already made an impact in stores as well, as you're able to use your cellular device for checkout at the registers. With advertisement, it has expanded from newspapers and radio ads to email and internet ads, electronic billboards, and even phone text messages and ads. Digital growth also allows employees to now work from home using internet and a variety of devices to submit their work to their employer. Digital identity development. This is the makeup of one's characteristics, thoughts, roles, interests, and values. Key methods of development are the Sigmund Freud theory, the Erik Erikson theory, and the Erving Goffman theory. Organizational development and change. Technology has manipulated and changed our lives in business. Social media has played a vital role in boosting communication and socialization. Technology and social media allows us to create a self-image of how we want society to view us or our business. We are able to do this through online interaction with other people or our customers. Sociological theories. There are three main theories. The first is the conflict theory, and that was created by Karl Marx. Conflict theory states that life is viewed as a competition. Karl Marx believes that social and personal changes will occur through conflict. The second one is structural functional theory. This believes that society works as a part of a complex system. Its parts need to work together to promote solidarity and stability. An example of this theory is thinking of the human body. Various organs need to work together to keep the body functioning. And the third one is symbolic interaction theory. This theory states that aspects of theater is present in our everyday social encounters. We play the assigned roles which are dependent on our environment. Changes to technology and digital divide. We have changed the way we communicate through social media. With the implementation of social media, this has affected what we value. It is important to people now using Facebook as an example of how many people you are friends with, how many likes and shares you have. With online platforms like Facebook, we also have lost a sense of privacy. People tend to put everything of their lives online and in the open. Nothing remains to be hidden. Social media can have its benefits, however. People tend to see information from other people, usually ones that they are close to. With social media, we have great platforms to share ideas, gather information, and for business sake, word-of-mouth marketing. Social media can be a great tool for organizations to build connections and pass along information. Organizations through sociological theories. Conflict theory states that organizations change in order to stay competitive or surpass their competition. For example, a car company will continue to add features to their newer models to help keep or gain new business. Technology is ever growing in the forms of navigations, DVD players, hands-free phone calls, ability to sync devices to the car, and most recently in-car Wi-Fi. Symbolic interaction theory. Organizations need to maintain their logo, symbol, or product to remain notable to society. When referencing cars, if you mention a bow tie, you think of Chevrolet, and their lineup of cars come to mind, such as the Corvette, Camaro, Traverse, or Silverado. Or when you say something like McDonald's, it is in our minds that we likely go to Big Mac or the delicious French fries. Structural functional theory states that society is a complex system which all parts need to work together to maintain a stable system. For organizations, all parts need to be working together to be successful. For example, if you have a car dealership and they have a website but are not updating the inventory or the pictures for the inventory, you realize that you have been losing out on business to your competitor down the road. And researching, you realize they are beating you out in the digital world. They provide updated inventory and pictures and a 360-degree car view. To remain competitive, you would need to adopt these practices as well. Evolution of language and communication. Communication has changed dramatically over the past couple of decades. Previous communication consisted of writing letters, using a landline to call somebody, or if you wanted to see that person, you had to meet with them in person. With the evolution of technology, this has changed. Instead of writing letters, you can now use a computer, smartphone, or tablet to send an email. Instead of being at home tied down to a landline, you can now move about with your cell phone or even automobiles, which now have integrated calling features. If you want to speak to somebody face to face, there's no need to meet up somewhere. You now have the ability to Skype or FaceTime with them using any of these listed tech devices. However, the use of these technologies may be hard for some. There are factors that may impact access to new forms of communication, such as affordability of technology, living in rural areas where connectivity may be limited, also the knowledge it takes to operate these devices. These are all factors that may limit communication. Technology has even played a role in the evolution of services and products. One example is ethanol gas. Technology has allowed us to take corn and process it into a burnable fuel. This is great for our economy and society. However, it also has its downside, as that means corn is going to more ethanol resources and less towards food resources. Next, we're going to talk about deviance. What is deviance? Deviance is an act of which we as humans view as something that is against our beliefs or something that is considered immoral. Deviance is highly subjective. This means what we may find unacceptable may not be unacceptable to another person. In a physical world, deviance is something that a person has physically done that is outside the norm. For example, John may go into Walmart and steal an item. This is an action that would be considered deviant. In the digital world, deviance is something that a person uses a technological resource such as a computer in order to commit a particular act. For example, Let's say Bill would go online and steal somebody's identity. That would be digital deviance. Finally, we have deviance and theories. There are two theories that help us define deviation. Those two theories are conflict theory and symbolic interaction theory. Conflict theory, which was founded by Karl Marx, has stated that a higher class in society will dominate because of their power. With that said, the connection with deviation is that these higher classes not only follow the rules and laws of society, but also believe that those who are less fortunate are the ones who are deviant. Therefore, a person who doesn't follow standards or are in this elite class would be deviant. Symbolic interaction theory states that there are symbols and meanings that are created by members of society. This theory attaches a symbol or label to a person, and once that is the case, the rest of our society will associate that person with that label. For example, if Bill steals a DVD, he is a thief. Now that Bill has been given the label of a thief, the rest of the society finds him as being deviant. And that will wrap up our updated business practices presentation. If you have any further questions or comments or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Thank you.